Hey guys, it's Nighthead again. Third time this week. Bringing you the rear tower conversation that I've been talking about in the prior two videos. I talk about the rear tower. Really, I'm only talking about the camber link positions because I don't really change how my shocks lean. I like to set those up in a manner to where if I go to a loose track like Shaw's or at Indy, I know what to expect from the suspension. So I don't change really all that often the lean of my shocks. Every now and then, the only thing I might do is move my shock mounting position on the arm from the inside one to the outside. And I would really only do that at Shaw's. Really what I'm talking about is the camber link positions. So to hold my rear tower, as you would see it on the car, this is the front of the car. I really only use the bottom two points, these two right here. And I've been using the inside ones quite a bit just because I want a little bit more of I want the car to be a little bit more lazy in the rear. I don't want it to rotate stupid fast, but I also don't want it to be really slow either. So I had been using the middle on the hub on the car and the inside link here just to slow down the rear end rotation of the car. It still moves pretty quick, and I could make it quicker by going to the inside hub on the car and the inside hub here. But really what I change and why I change them is these two camber link positions here, this second from the bottom and the bottom. And the reason why I have them the way I do, I like at Indy to be able to push my car on corner exit. I like to be able to grab throttle when I'm exiting a corner, and I don't really want to roll the car. So I use this lower position to avoid what's called traction rolling. It just it raises, it raises the roll center of the car, and it Shaw's because it's a looser track, and I want to drive a little bit differently there. I want to be able to go into a corner, and I want to have a little bit more free of a car going into a corner, but I want to be more stable coming out, so I move it up one. So in summation, what these camber link positions do is the higher you are, the lower roll center on your car, the more traction you'll have. Should be better on a higher grip track like Thornhill or Indy. The more up you go, I don't like that. I like to be able to push my car a little bit on exit, so I go lower to avoid some traction. And that's what that would do. That would lower the traction. Going outside on it just shortens the links. You'll be a lot less stable entering a corner. You'll have more traction. So if I really wanted more traction in Indy, I could move to these inner ones, and that's what would get me more rotations because I have more traction. What I'll do is I will link in the description of the video the two links that I use for setup advice. I use primarily the Techno tuning guide only because it's quick, fast, and easy. It's still correct, but it's just quick, fast, and easy. There's not a whole lot of explanation. I just want to be able to go in, kind of read some details about it, look at what the changes will do, and make a decision based off of some generic information. I also reference sometimes the Hoodaddy, who knows how to say it right, tuning guide. Is basically the same thing, just in a lot more detail. So I'll put the description to those. I also have a screenshot up of the camber link positions, and I'll go ahead and put that just kind of static throughout the video. I really should have put it at the beginning. Probably still put it at the beginning and when I'm talking about it a little bit. But also to talk a little bit more about shock lean, and that's kind of referencing on where you're mounting it here. If you're more leaned out, that means you're going more towards the inside of the tower. And if you're less lean or more stood up, you're coming out here. And it's in reference to how the shock is mounted both on the arm and the tower. So if you're all the way out on the arm and all the way in on the tower, you have the most leaned out. if you have it all the way out on the tower and all the way in the arm, it's really stood up. I know some guys like to stand their shocks up at a track like Thornhill or Indy where you have a lot of grip. Like I said, I like to keep mine kind of leaned, but not really stood up. So I go usually here and on the inside of the arm. And again, just every now and then, I might move out on the arm. It just helps push the arm down a little bit more and give you some more side bite on your rear tires. And that was one of the changes I could have made last week, was leaning the shock out a little bit on the rear tower. Instead, I lengthened the rear link, which kind of does the same thing. Slowed down the rotation of the car a little bit more, which is what I needed more. I didn't need the car to respond better. I needed it to respond a little bit slower. So that's what that does. That's what that means, whether it's stood up or laid down. Again, I really don't change that much. I've considered playing around with it, seeing what happens. I might stand my shocks up if I go racing tomorrow, just to see. But I probably won't like it, and I'll probably lay them back down. Again, I'll link the Techno Tuning Guide and the Hoodie Tootie Guide in there. I'll put the screenshot up. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and ask. I can look at it, and I can kind of tell you, to my knowledge, what I've done. Worst case scenario, I've just given you two tools that I use quite a bit, quite frequently actually, to reference what I need to do to make changes on my car. But as always, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to know whenever I post a new video. And I'm still kind of considering on whether I want to do something new. And if I do, it probably won't be for another couple of weeks. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. I'm still kind of considering on doing something new. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you at the track.